Welcome to Batman, the animated Telltale series. The Dark Knight Returns rises and begins.
Knocking on Gotham's door. When this whole thing
So it's definitely the Penguin who's behind everything.
make sure
Is it?
you're on the right
It's
side.
either that or Scott Shelby.
Which one do you have?
Mr. Wayne, thank you for
Mr.
opening your house to
Wayne.
us.
Do you think that there's a chance that the Waynes could
I
be
think there's
dirty?
a chance that there are no survivors of this
Harvey Dent.
next episode, because my Batman is going to get even more
Vicky,
brutal.
not interested.
I think
And
there's a
reporters
chance that
say
Miranda
he's
Tate's on the Wayne board.
Carmen
Has she
Culkin.
been meeting with him? Has
the
she
Dent
been
campaign
sleeping with
soliciting
him?
votes from Gotham's biggest
Where's
crime
Wayne?
family.
Your father knew which hands.
But do you think that
My
there's
father
was a drinker?
and a fee. I don't know why pain is Joker. Now I'm going to be twice as brutal now in this episode. My Batman, I know how I'm going to play him. He is going to beat the living shit out of Selena Kyle
Oh, okay.
in the next episode.
He would have just dropped her here. But do you think that there's possibility, like there is a possibility that the
This is Selena.
Waynes were just crooked?
I kind of want there to be.
Oh, crooked.
I really want there to be. Like, I'm not... Like, I really like that twist on... The Waynes have always been seen as this, you know...
Yeah.
I'd have to count the
A
pieces.
beacon of, like, we're uncorrupted and blah. And in reality, they're the biggest fucking gangsters in Gotham.
Yeah.
And, like, Falcone was working for them or something like that. You know, I like the idea of that.
We're all being played here, including you.
They literally were like the Corleones in Godfather, where they just stepped on everyone. They took out anyone, but they managed to keep their name pure.
The Waynes.
What are the Waynes?
Well, the Waynes are the biggest gangsters in Gotham.
I don't know why he says are the biggest. Like, wouldn't he say were the biggest?
Well, I'm assuming he thinks Bruce is, you know...
Could
up
the
to no
Waynes
good.
still be alive? Find out next time. Same bat time.
Same Bat Channel! Christmas!
I mean, I love that 66. I only recently started like actually watching the episodes in order. The first episode of that show, the Riddler sues Batman.
I know.
It's so
I've
good.
seen the first whole season
It's
of...
so good.
Yeah, I've seen the first whole season of the 60s show.
My favorite is the one where is the introduction of the Penguin and Bruce Wayne goes to the the umbrella shop.
And, yeah, that's a shoplifting...
No. He
was it?
He plants a
Oh,
bug.
tracking bug,
He plants
yeah.
a bug, and then the Penguin's like, I don't know who this guy is, but he must be a rival umbrella salesman. It's definitely not Batman.
No, that show is great. Like, people
It
don't
is,
realize.
yeah.
My dad bought all 3 seasons of it on Blu-ray.
Uh-huh.
And we've been meaning to sit down and watch it. Yeah,
Did you
we
know-
know. Shut the fuck up. I'm talking about Penguin being an umbrella salesman. Shut the fuck up.
But did you know that the Waynes died?
No,
thought
I don't
might
care.
find you here. The news was upsetting for both of us. But you should see this. I know you come here for solitude.
This is where it gets even sillier about like them bringing up the
allegations
Waynes.
about his ties to
Well, because
the
first off, it's now tied to
This
the narrative
isn't
of the
going
game.
away.
We're not gonna
It's
get
also
away from the
public
Waynes
and
anytime
messy.
soon.
How could you hide this from me, Alfred? For all these years.
What would you have me do? You were a child. I've been dreading this day for nearly 2 decades. I hoped it would never come.
Forget the papers. I want to hear it from you.
The truth is, they were billionaires, Bruce. You can't amass that kind of wealth without making certain moral compromises. It's just not possible. That kind of money taints you.
You kept their secrets for them.
I'm
This
trying
makes
to
me
help
think a
you
little bit less of this
understand.
Alfred.
Then try harder.
What reason
Bill
would there be to
greased the
keep this
wheels
from
of
Bruce?
Politics. Falcone was the muscle.
I mean, he's not a little baby
Thomas
child.
legitimized the whole enterprise with his name.
And if
Your
Alfred
father,
told him this, he
Hamilton
might have been
Hill,
able
and
to
Falcone, they
get
were
around
partners.
it.
Nothing happened in Gotham without them knowing.
Falcone, the papers, they were telling the truth. Everyone knew about this but me.
I know it's a lot to take in. I want you to know I had my suitcases ready. I couldn't stand to be around your father anymore. But then they were killed, and you were all alone. And I just couldn't walk out the door. Everything I did, everything I've ever done, was out of love for you. I hope you can forgive me.
How could I hold this against you? You're all I've got, Alfred.
Thank you.
You just did like a complete
I won't let
180.
you down again.
I mean, like,
I would have done I'm Not Ready Yet, because that seems a little bit more believable than, oh, I love you
This
again,
is the
Alfred.
first time I've been back here since that night. When the police called me to collect you, I thought they'd finally arrested your father. I couldn't believe a low-life thug like Joe Chill would have the audacity to rob and kill Thomas Wayne. He was simply too well
Something
known.
weird that they did in
Too
Gotham was, I don't think Joe Chill was the one that killed
yeah, it was like...
Matches Malone, which is
There's
strange, because that's one of Bruce Wayne's aliases when he gets older.
Wouldn't Chill just
Like, if he
run
needs to,
when
like,
recognized
get
him?
information
No,
from
it's a
thugs,
fair
he just
assumption.
pretends to be Matches
But he
Malone.
didn't.
So I think that's weird that Matches Malone is now just like an
Said it was
actual
a simple
person.
mugging. In 20 years, you've never wavered from that story.
I can recall every moment of that night in vivid detail. But maybe that's
Do you hope we
wrong.
relive this moment now?
No.
Sometimes we block out things we don't want to face.
Maybe there was some detail
Too bad.
I overlooked.
This is so absurd.
Flashbacks.
I want him standing here. Right now.
And what would the Batman do with his own parents' killer?
That's an interesting
The possibilities are frightening.
interesting question. What do you think Batman would do? What would he do and what should he do?
I'd only want to ask him one question. Why? My parents could have given
Do you think it would be okay for him to break his
Why would he
rule
just
and to
shoot
kill Joe Chill?
He was stabbed to death in prison. No one mourns for Joe Chill, Bruce.
One of my favorite stories involving Joe Chill was the one, I think they actually did an episode on it in The Brave and the Bold, was when Batman finds Joe Chill, he unmasks himself, and he's like, you killed my parents, and now I'm Batman because of you.
He just wanted to
And,
protect us.
and he doesn't
He
kill
thought he
Joe
was
Chill.
invincible. Sadly,
But what he does
was
instead is
mistaken.
Joe Chill runs out of like wherever he
I
is,
always wanted to be brave.
and then like all of Batman's villains are in a room, and he's like,
You are.
"Guys, Batman's
You'd be
in there.
so
I
proud
killed his
to
parents.
see
I know
that
who he
you
is."
Took a different path.
And then all the villains are like, "Wait, we don't want you to tell us who he is, but you're telling us you created Batman?" And he's like, "Yeah, I guess." So then all of his villains just kill Joe Chill.
Mhm.
I think
Because
that's
their lives would be so much easier without Batman.
yeah.
I love that movie. Saw it countless times at that theater. How long did it play there?
Only when
He was about to get
Almost
hit by a
the
car.
your mother arranged the special screenings personally.
I never knew that. She was always so good to me.
Where exactly does the memory end?
Never.
My father pleading, "You don't have to do this." And the gun fires.
And after that,
My parents died, Alfred.
there are considerable gaps in that recollection.
Maybe. Do I really want to know?
I mean, yeah, this is just, it's when it gets sickening where it's like, please stop talking about his dead parents. You can move him.
Oh, can I?
Stay back. Stay back.
They need to optimize their games better.
Yeah.
Nothing first, just business. He told me you had it coming.
I figured maybe they would have updated it, but it ran this way when I first played this too, when it first came out. And it's just absurd, like it's just skipping and everything. Like Telltale's not hurting for money. They should be able to like make a game that doesn't do this. I don't particularly think we needed to see Thomas Wayne get shot in the eye.
Yeah, no.
Remember my name, Bruce. You'll need it while fighting Superman.
How does he assemble the pearls again?
Who?
Bruce.
What do you mean? How does he assemble the pearls?
Yeah, his mother's pearls. Because the necklace always breaks off, and then he like there's always like a thing and like,
Are you alright?
oh, here are the pearls.
I haven't seen any interpretation of Batman where he somehow still has the pearls.
assassinated. And Carmine
Dark Knight Rises.
Falcone knows why.
Batman.
Dark Knight Rises?
Catwoman steals his mother's pearls.
Well, that's Dark Knight Rises. I don't care. That's not Batman.
And in Arkham Knight. Or not Arkham Knight, Arkham Origins, when you're in the Batcave.
I don't remember
In
that.
Cold Heart.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, the pearls are on display, and I've always been like, they broke off, like they're scattered.
I don't know, maybe he just
Gonzo.
got them like replicated or something. I don't even know how we would get them back.
Yeah, like how the fuck would you even get them back? Like,
Where's the GCPD? What a tiny little building.
But getting you in to see Falcone like this, I don't have to tell you how many rules we're breaking. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm always here for you, but this could land us both in
That was the guy
hot
you
water.
fought with the penguin.
I remember.
I pulled all the strings I had with the lieutenant.
I don't like the fact he's so fucking tall.
Yeah.
Get
Strange.
that, Harv, okay? And it means a lot to me.
I know it does, Bruce. It doesn't make it any easier.
And he's got weird like Phoenix right hair.
Last time you disappeared behind closed doors with Falcone, the press made us pay. At least tell me what this is about. Look, I'm all for blind support.
I'm not
Really?
sure, but I think Falcone put a hit on my parents.
Wait, what?
I think the less Harvey knows,
Bruce,
the better.
That's terrible.
That's
I'm gonna
why
trust
I have
him.
to speak with
I mean, he's our
to
friend,
know
but
for sure.
for
Bruce,
him,
I
the
appreciate you opening up to me.
the less he knows, the
Just
better
try and keep
for
it
his
cool in there.
mayoral campaign.
I don't want any headlines taking away from my debate with Hill.
Gentlemen, we finally put Falcone in his cage. Now, well, thanks to the information you gave me, Bruce, he won't ever get out.
Whoa, I'm sorry. Information? What information?
Oh, well, I assumed you knew. I was going to contact your office first thing.
Sorry, Harvey, I was going to tell you.
Would tell me what?
Your friend here gave us a case that'll put Falcone away for life. A catalog of his entire criminal empire.
Is that a fact?
It's the reason I said yes to this unorthodox request.
Actually, yeah, I wonder what happens if you
job
give
bringing in Falcone.
give it to
Yeah, that's
what's her
son of a bitch
face?
better not get off again.
Vicky
He's not getting
Lang.
off the hook.
What's her
already.
name?
Not this time.
Mr.
Vicky
Wayne,
Vale.
Sergeant Renee Montoya. I just wanted to say, some of us police support you, despite what the media is saying.
Thanks, Sergeant.
You tried to shoot me the other night.
We're keeping
What if
Falcone
he
in
just
the
punched her
infirmary.
there?
He's lucky
That's
he
for
didn't get roughed
Batman.
up more. I could tell Batman.
See, right there, I wish he got roughed up more.
Back. He cares about doing the right thing.
I know he does a lot for the department, but honestly, Batman freaks me
Yeah,
out.
there you go. The most
Oh,
distance you
he's
put in between
definitely
yourself and
freaky.
Batman, the better.
But I'm glad he's out there watching over the city.
All right, Falcone's inside. Just say what you gotta say. We'll be out here.
What? What did he just say? His mouth moved, but
He was just licking his tongue. Attack of the Waynes.
no, Electric Boogaloo.
Oh.
Attack of the Waynes.
Electric Boogaloo. And then it turns out that Falcone is Joker. Just like in Arkham Origins.
Yeah, or just like in Suicide Squad, you mean,
You must
where it's
have
actually
some
Jason
clout.
Todd.
My own wife can't get in to see me. Good thing I'll be out of here in a week.
We need to talk, Falcone.
You weren't so eager the last time we met. But then, I knew you'd come around. Especially after the press got their teeth into you. You're your father's son. Yeah, that's right. Tommy and I were close. More than friends. More like cousins. Going back decades.
Until you sent Joe Chill to kill him.
Ah, so that's what this is really about, eh? The pup digging up a 20-year-old killer.
2 killings, and they were never forgotten.
You and
You're
me.
telling
5
me.
minutes since we talked about it last.
I thought you'd have figured that out by now. I tried to get through to you at Dent's party. But you showed me the door. Got a whole closet full of birthday presents I was never able to give you.
Convince me then. Tell me a story about our big, happy family.
There it is. Now I got you hooked. Your father, Hill, and me, we ran this city. Still do. God damn this pain. Can't think through it. Morphine's on the side there. Be a good boy and help Uncle Carmine out, huh?
I want him to talk.
We could have hurt him into making him talk.
Yeah, but that's not Bruce Wayne.
40 years I keep my veins clean of any of that gunk. But you never forget the tender kiss. It'd be so easy to give me the whole vial, wouldn't it? Enough there to put an old dog down forever. Of course, you'd never know the whole story. How much of your parents do you have in you? What kind of son did Thomas Wayne make?
I'm not a murderer.
Except for that guy hitting the head with your
you're
arm.
not. That's why you were kept in the dark. Much better, kid. Thank you. Gesture like that reminds me of your mother. Your father may have been the doctor, but Martha, she had the human touch.
Why did you say that
You
name?
got more of her in you.
Why is it that you said the name Martha?
There's a kindness.
Please press X and hopefully he yells, why did
Well,
you
I
say that
wouldn't
name?
know. You took her from me when I was 9 years old.
What, you really think I hired Chill? Sure. I worked with Joe Chill from time to time. Put a button on someone, he'd take him out. But I never ordered that hit on your parents.
So who did?
You can't trust anyone in Gotham. Least of all those you call friend. Your parents learned that.
They're waiting for you in hell! The bastard had to die.
Hands in the air! Stand down! Get a doctor! Secure this floor! No one gets in or out! Go!
Do you believe that he was telling the truth?
I don't know.